Buckeye Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you once again on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel with my Ohio State Buckeyes, Washington Huskies Week 5 game preview as our undefeated, still #1 ranked even after the bye week, reigning, defending, national champions Ohio State Buckeyes are on the road for the first time this season as they head to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, Washington, to face off against the also undefeated and surprisingly unranked Washington Huskies, who of course come in with an identical 3-0 record as the Buckeyes. Now, hope you guys enjoyed the bye week. Don't worry, there's another one coming up right before we play Penn State, right? We have 4 games, and then we have another bye week, right? We play Washington this week. Next week, we have Minnesota at home, under the lights. Yeah, how about that, huh? They gave us a conference home night game. Thank you. See what happens when you ask politely? And then, of course, they have Illinois and Wisconsin both on the road. Then they have a bye week. And then, of course, they host Penn State November 1st. That should be a banger. And I feel like that's going to be big noon kickoff. Oh, you know Fox is salivating when they see that game on the schedule. They're like, oh, yeah, that's got big noon written all over it, baby. I know the Buckeye fans want this game to be a night game. You know, the atmosphere would be insane. But hey, you know, we're giving them Minnesota at night. So we're going to take Penn State and make it a noon game. Now, of course, it hasn't been announced yet, but come on, that's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. That's just the way it is. But anyways, you look at Washington and what they've done so far this year, right? They beat Colorado State 38-21. They crushed something called UC Davis 70-10. And then in their last game, they took the Apple Cup away from Washington State, beating them 59-24. Of course, we've seen what Ohio State has done, right? I mean, they only beat the then #1 team in the country, Texas, right? Then they smoked Grambling State, and then they beat Ohio 37-9. So yeah, we've only allowed 2 touchdowns all season. Freaking crazy. Man, people were so unsure about Matt Patricia's defense, but through 3 games this year, yeah, I know the competition really hasn't been the best aside from Texas. But even then, we held Texas to 7 freaking points. And honestly, that shouldn't have even happened. That touchdown is still to this day kind of debatable. I mean, did he drop it or what? I thought he kind of did, but it is what it is. We won the game. That's all that matters. Now, for any degenerates that like to bet on these games, here's what's crazy. The spread opened at Buckeyes favored by 13.5. It has since dropped to Buckeyes by 7.5. Barely by a touchdown. I mean, I could see Washington covering, but that's only if Ohio State comes out playing sluggish and if they don't lock in. But I mean, that crowd's going to be tough, right? They're trying to make that place purple hell on earth for the Buckeyes, for real, right? So we'll see how the Buckeyes come out, because if they come out firing on all cylinders, this game could easily turn into a boat race if we play like we did against Texas on defense, right? All you really need is like 2 or 3 stops, and your offense goes out there and scores on every drive, and this game's a wrap. That's how good this offense can be. We play serious football. If it's like the Ohio game and we can't take advantage of opportunities in the red zone, then Washington could make this game uncomfortably close. To the point where I'm white knuckling it. I'm over here nervous as hell in the fourth quarter, like last year against Oregon, right? This should be a fun game. I mean, you look at Washington's roster. On paper, they have a very solid team. They have a dog at quarterback, literally, Damon Williams. He's really good. He's also one of those running threats. So linebackers, you're going to have to be on your A game. Going to have to maybe have a spy on him to keep him contained. They have Jonah Coleman at running back, one of the best out there. And then at receiver, they have Denzel Boston. I'm pretty sure he's not related to David Boston, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Someone educate me in the comments down below if he is indeed related to David Boston. I don't think he is. Omari Evans, Rashid Williams, Audric Harris are the other receivers that they have. Our secondary is going to need to lock in as well because Denzel Boston, again, is a dog, literally. I mean, they could get you if you're not careful. Right? I mean, I'm going to need all our dudes in the secondary to play serious. Right? Because if we go out there grabbing and holding and getting toasted, this could be a long night or day. Because, again, 3:30 kickoff. Part of me was expecting this game to be a, late night game. But no, they got us playing at 3:30, which is a 12:30 kick out there. Okay. Call this Big Noon West kickoff. Even though we're on NBC. So yeah, looking at recruiting side, obviously this is going to be a big recruiting day for Washington. They're going to have so many of their top recruits out there. I mean, I bet you a lot of their commits are going to be there and also kids that are looking at Washington. And I bet you there's going to be some kids that might have an eye on Ohio State going to this game just to see how we play on the road. Right? Now, usually, of course, I talk about boom watches before I get into the preview part. Well, nothing new since my last one. No new crystal balls have been placed yet, so. I mean, that could change, but nothing right now. So with that, let's jump right in to my keys to a Buckeye W tomorrow afternoon. And first one, of course, is to contain Damon Williams. He's kind of like Lamar Jackson in a sense. He can run, but he can also throw a good deep ball as well. So you got to keep your eyes trained on him. Don't get caught, looking at him in the backfield. Got to have your head on a swivel. All right? If you're a corner, have your head on a swivel. Don't get caught watching Damon because you turn around and the guy you're supposed to be covering is 15 yards downfield ready to catch a wide open touchdown. And then you get put through the ringer by your freaking position coach because you got caught watching the quarterback. Right? And Davison, I swear, dude, turn your head when the ball is thrown. Come on. You were doing so well for a while there, man. He got caught one time with his head locked on the receiver. Can't be doing that. Forget your head. For him, it's turn your head. Number two, keep their weapons in check. The guys I just mentioned, Jonah Coleman, Denzel Boston. The other receivers, they're tight ends. You got to keep them contained. Play good defense against these guys. Cover them. Let our pass rushers get after Williams, right? Of course, it'll be tough when he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Right? We're running around like the greased up deaf guy on Family Guy. But that's why you got to contain him. Shut down all escape routes. Right? Have good discipline. Yeah, that's another way to say it. Good eye discipline. Yeah. Number 3, set the tone and take their crowd out of the game. That crowd's going to be juiced up for this one. They got the number 1 team in the country coming to town. They're going to try to make this place purple hell on earth for the Buckeyes. We go out there and we set the tone, score early. Maybe defense gets a couple 3-and-outs, quiet that crowd down a little bit, and then we can do our thing. And most importantly, take care of business, right? Go out there, play a great 4 quarters of football, stay focused on the task at hand, and yeah, take care of business. And hopefully get out of Seattle with a W, right? Yeah, get out of the Washington Husky logo with a W. Should be a fun game, though. Of course. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm amped up, ready to go. I mean, I had to sit back this past week and watch other teams play, knowing that the Buckeyes don't play. I even tried a hate watch against you know who, and Nebraska failed me. Of course they did. They got wannabe Mahomes at quarterback, of course. He ain't that guy. All right, so like I said, no recent boom watches or anything. So getting into my players to watch. On offense, I'm going Julian Sand. First road game. Almost said night game. Well, it could be a night game for us out here. It'll be damn near nighttime, but first road game as the starter. I'm so used to us playing road night games. I mean, geez. Yeah, first road game as a starter. We'll see how he does. On defense, it's up to the front seven, especially the linebackers. When you got a quarterback like Damon Williams who can run around a little bit, again, gotta have good eye discipline, right? Don't be out here trying to hit stick the dude because he's gonna make you look dumb. He's gonna juke you out your shoes. He has that ability. Gotta, stay in your lane and contain him, right? But it's up especially to the linebackers, especially my guy Arvell Reese. Because if they have him spying on Williams, he's gonna need to really be disciplined with his feet and stuff too. And then we go to my prediction. And yeah, as you can expect, Buckeyes win 35-17. I think Washington keeps it very close until the very end. Ohio State gets a couple touchdowns at the end, probably third, fourth quarter. Yeah. And then I think Washington does add a couple other field goals as well. And guys win. They go to 4-0. And then they go back home to face Minnesota at night next week. Should be a huge recruiting night. So that's all I got for this one. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell, and I'll be live on the main channel, Crazy Dog Sports, for this one. So tune in and let's have some fun. With that being said, as always, I'm Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buck and Crazy YouTube channel. Let's go Bucks. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah.